ready. I'm Sam Kounthapanya, and welcome to another episode of Sticky Rice live on That's So Gay Live. Today we're going to make a simple broth. I have 4 chicken breasts, 2 onions, ginger, and 4 stalks of lemongrass, and half a bunch of cilantro. Here's a tablespoon of fried garlic, a tablespoon of sea salt, and a tablespoon of fried shallots. This is just a standard Lao-based chicken broth, where you have your lemongrass, your ginger, your onions, your garlic, cilantro, just the basics. You know, starting off with the basics, and then we're gonna get bigger. With Lao meals, we like to have soup that accompanies our meal because we have rice, and sometimes you choke. So you have to have some liquid to let it go down. And then this is a preparation for what so many soups that we're going to be doing later on in the near future, because the holidays are coming. So we're going to be cooking and preparing some lemongrass soup. As you would know, there's tom yum, that's so easy to make. And then there's coconut curry soup. So many soups to make from this broth. Trusty pots, we're going to put in about a gallon of water. Now that we have our water in our pot, go ahead and put the heat on high. We're going to add our chicken breast in with it has the bones. Something about the bones, it gives it some substance and some flavor. Just going to throw that in there while it's cold. The reason why I use cold water is when it starts cooking, it'll tenderize the chicken and cook it thoroughly inside. We chopped up our onions in half, and our lemongrass, sliced our ginger, and left the cilantro as is. We're gonna put all this into our pot. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and then we're gonna put it down to simmer for about 30 to 35 minutes. After this is done simmering for 25 to 30 minutes, go ahead and turn off the heat, let it cool down. In the cooking process, when it starts to boil, you're going to see fat deposits that rise up. You can go ahead and skim the fat off. That way, you know, whoever is health conscious. This is pretty lean, so you could just skim the fat off, or once it cools down, the fat will rise up to the top and harden, or you could put it in the refrigerator, let the fat harden, and scoop it out that way. And then you can strain this broth in a colander, and that way you don't have all the excess herbs and spices, and you just have the broth. And this could be stored up for a couple days, or you can keep it longer in the freezer. I like to spoon the broth into ice cube trays, so when I need to use them, I can just take a couple cubes out to make you know, just a bowl of soup, or you know, just to add some flavor into my stir fry, or even my rice. We're going to bring the water up to a boil, and then we're going to turn down the temperature, or the heat, to simmer. And of course we forgot some stuff, but it's okay, because you know what? It hasn't boiled yet. So we're going to add our sea salt. Let's bring it right there. Our garlic, and our shallots, and then let it boil. For this particular broth that I'm making, it doesn't really matter about the sequence of items or ingredients that you put into the broth or into the pot, because everything is going to be all combined, the flavors. Oh, that smells so good. So good. Our pot has already boiled, so froth is coming up, so we can just skim the froth off from the top. And the excess, see all this excess oil that we don't need. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Sticky Rice, brought to you by That's So Gay Live. And today, chicken broth. For later on, for the future, we're going to do some wonderful soupy recipes that I enjoy, along with noodles and rice and everything else. So have a great day, everyone. See you next time. 갑자기. Excuse me. Thank you for joining us today. We made... Oh,
start over. Let's do that.
And in pretty much...
With Sam energy. Give me Sam stuff.
Oh, okay. In Lao